welcome back to another episode of the Finprov podcast. I'm your host as always, Finton Moneybag Smith. Look, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming along the ride. And whatever you can do to support the show. Look, I hate saying, I hate doing, I hate people to do it, but I gotta get it out of the way. So whether that's liking and subscribing, whether that's commenting, whether that's leaving a rate and a review, whether that's sharing, whether that's caring, whether that's daring, whatever you can, it helps me out greatly. And look, I'm sure you would have seen prestigious award winner of the YHS award. That, of course, standing for Young, Hot, and Successful. So, thank you. Thank you for everyone that voted. It goes a long way, and look, I certainly wasn't expecting it, but if you ask me, am I surprised to have received it? No. I could not honestly tell you I'm surprised. The surprising part is I don't know what the running body was. I assume it's like just Podcast Australia or something, and of course you could question it and go, well, isn't that a young female running? I would say no. And you could say, well, that doesn't look legit. I would again say, how else would I have it? Huh? How else would I have it if it wasn't legit? Okay? Look, now while that's been on my mind a lot, something a little bit less fun that's been on my mind, something a little bit less rewarding. And they're not new. They're not new. But that's ads. That's ads. Now oh man, I do not like ads. I much prefer subtracts. Oh, but I am not the biggest fan of multipliers. Oh yeah, we give summer in Australia. Oh mate, the barbecues are great, but what about those multipliers? I failed general maths, but I guess I did pick up a thing or two. My teacher was very disappointed in me. Oh, very. Year 7, at an academically selective high school, top of the bloody year, mate. My first 3 tests, 100%, 100%, 100%. I was on top of the world. I was the king. And by the end of it, I failed general maths. So, you take from that what you will. I just guess, the tale of Icarus sort of stands out. I flew too close to the sun and I got burnt. So I guess my message to the young ones out there is just, fail straight out of the gates and it'll feel much better. It's like when we went axe throwing. We went axe throwing at the start of the year, right? Straight out of the gate, baby. I was terrified because, look at me, I'm twisted steel and sex appeal. Like, I look like a lumberjack. The beard, the long hair, the big hairy arms, I look like a lumberjack. I'm always wearing fleece. I'm always wearing check ears, stripes. I'm always wearing jeans and boots. So I understood, and I'm always drinking beer. I'm always carrying an axe. I'm always chopping things. Just even in my, people count sheep to go to sleep. I'm just chopping wood. So I guess I was nervous of that. But we get there, first round, straight out of the gates. Your boy, perfect round. It was perfect round. I got, well, it wasn't quite, but it was pretty damn close. You got like 5 throws, whatever. I got 2 bullseyes, baby. And then I got 2 of 40, whatever the next highest one is. And then final throw, they call it the clutch, and that's what I am, baby. Tiny little dot in the corner, bam, first try. I felt like $1 million. I felt untouchable. Everyone viewed me as the man. But what they didn't know is that was the worst way to start. Because if you start at the top, where can you go? Only down. And my downfalls are quite rapid. I speed run them. So every single round I just got worse and worse. But by the end, I did have 5 throws. I'd be lucky if one actually stuck on the wall. So I know a thing or two about, starting out of the gates quick. And then falling over pretty soon after. But yeah, ads. ads, pardon my French, but ads piss me off. They piss me off. I'm not I mean, I'm sure no one likes cookies. Like, you know how you're on a site and then all of a sudden it's popping up every time you're online or whatever. You're on YouTube, bam. You look up a razor one time, bam. Do you want to try Manscaped? The thing about Manscaped, I hate it. Like, I'm sure the product is fine. It's way overpriced, but I'm sure it's fine, whatever. Their marketing strategy, as far as I can tell, is they go with two approaches. One approach is they just get a hot chick in suggestive clothing telling you to take care of your balls. Because I guess it's like, you know, and you're meant to go sit there and go, oh, well, oh, if that's what it'll get me, sure. I'll spend $300 on a new lawnmower. I'm confused how it's a lawnmower 4.0 because under a year ago, it was a lawnmower 3.0, and then under a year before that, it was a lawnmower 2.0. So I'm confused how you're leveling up so quickly. So I don't really know if you can call it 2.0, 3, because I feel like there's not actually differences. It's kind of like an iPhone situation. It just, you know what I mean? You're not actually updating it, so whatever. But I'll get it. Because a female in a little Santa suit is telling me to, right? I guess that's the reaction they want. The other reaction is there was three marketings. The second marketing tool they use is they get professional athletes. Now I've got a big sweaty bloke telling me that he takes care of his balls and I need to do the same. And obviously that speaks to me. I go, wow. Sure, you get paid to punch people in the face. Oh boy, I bet your balls thank you. So I'll take one. Obviously that's very clever. The third is the one that concerns me, man. The third, are you seeing those ads where it's like, it's like get it as a gift, right? And it's like saying whether, get it for your partner. And the second thing they say is, it's like get the lawnmower, 4.0, for, if your husband or isn't taking care of their downstairs, or get it for your son. If my parents bought me a ball trimmer as a gift, I don't think I would. I don't know what I would say. I think that would be my time to go, yep, I think it's time for me to fly out of the nest. I know gift giving can be hard, but please, like, if there's any parents listening, don't get your son, don't get your son Manscaped. That's what a weird conversation that would be. Especially if they don't even, they're not even got a beard, so you can't even say it's for face trimming. Oh, I just never understood that. But again, ads, right? You look up a razor one time, you freaking see Manscaped everywhere you go. They're the biggest ponies, but it's with everything. You look up freaking hair gel one time, you're never gonna stop seeing. You look up, a White Claw. Oh, you wanted to know what it tastes like, and you wanted to know where they sell it because you were curious. Now you're gonna see it every single time you go online. You wanted to look up the podcast awards, and now you're gonna see it everywhere you go. Most people just don't like it. It actually makes me angry. I will never understand that marketing technique. If you are someone that looks something up one time, right? You look up a watch. I want a watch, right? I looked up a watch, and now it's all I see. All I see is watches. I don't want them. I will now never. I will just don't even look at the time in general. I won't even look at it on my phone. I don't want to know the time. I've got it taped over on my computer. I don't want to know the time. That's how much it pisses me off. I looked it up one time. Stop following me. How can that marketing work? I wanted to look up a cheeseburger because I was hungry. Now every time I'm eating, I'm seeing cheeseburgers. I don't get that. If you are someone that works off of that marketing, can you explain that to me? How just seeing it makes you want to get it? Seeing it more than once. If I see it one time where I didn't look up for it, I will never ever buy it. I will never go there. I will never see it. Oh yeah, Melbourne looks cool. Well, I looked it up once, and now I see it all the time. I'm never going to go there again. I'm never going to go. Oh, I was looking at plane flights. How much does a plane ticket cost? And now all I see is plane tickets. Guess what, Ireland? I'm going to walk there. I'm going to walk, and then I'm going to swim. I'm going to swim to Ireland. because I'm certainly not catching a flight. Flights, another thing, geez Louise. I'm just going to call this episode Tangents, because that's what we're going on. When I was in America, right? I had to fly to America. First time flying by myself, I was terrified. And that flight from here, it sucks. It's like 22 hours or something. It was like 17 hours, I don't know, it's something like that. I was in the back seat, like right in the back seat. I was like, that's alright with me. Middle seat was free. I'm like, you little ripper. Now, there's a little old woman in the window seat. I'm in the aisle seat, no one in between us. You would think, little old woman, you got the luxury of the window seat. I'm stuck in the aisle, right, on top of the toilet. If anyone gets that middle seat, I understand age before beauty, but Jesus Christ, I'm 3 times the size of you. So I'm sitting there, and before I know it, whose feet are touching me? There's someone touching me. I'm looking down. Oh, it's her feet. And she doesn't have shoes on. It's her bare feet. This old woman's bare feet are now touching my arm. And I'm having to just carefully move in. And you just do that awkward look. And you're like, I'm stuck in this plane with you for 20 hours. So I'm not trying to get offside. I'm not trying to cause a scene. It's not really a good look for me. It's not a good look for me if I get an altercation, right? But I had to put up with that for 20 hours. Then we finally land in America. Oh my goodness. Then they give us like the document, like you got to sign to say that you're coming into the country and your details and what your purpose of being here, whatever, all that jazz. Of course, you need a pen. I was unaware I had to fill one up to start with because they gave it to us like when we were half an hour from flying, or 10 minutes from landing, right? And then they didn't provide pens. They provided pens to like 30 people, and that was it. And of course, I'm at the back, so your boy's not getting a pen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then this woman has a pen, right? But she barely speaks English. You would think the nice thing to do is we just shared 20 hours together, right? Your feet were touching my arm for 15 of them. I did the very generous thing of not picking them up and throwing them on the ground. At least you can do is give me the pen. So I politely asked, can I have the pen when you finish, please? If you don't mind. I gotta fill mine up. And I said, and she looked like she was taking the time. I was like, can I have the pen first? I'll finish mine. No worries. It goes on for about 5 minutes. And she's like saying yes, but no, and she won't. And then she sort of like finishes, but then she won't give me the pen. I'm like, can I please have the pen? You said, can I please have the pen? Otherwise, what? You're the only one. Can I please have the pen? Then she's like, I haven't really. And then I'm saying she's confused. She's barely speaking English. Then she wants me to fill a thing out because she can't say. I look over and her thing, it's like not even filled out. It's terrible. And then I'm stuck, like we're 5 minutes from landing now. Oh my God, it's been 20 hours in a plane. I've had this woman's feet on me for 15. I'm trying to get a pen so I can fill out the details so I can actually go through the airport and get out of here. Of course, she's saying time. So then I end up doing it for her. I take it and I do it for her, right? Then I'm trying to get her details up. Apparently she's a citizen. She's been a citizen for like 40 years, right? But she can't give me any details. Oh, and then she's like, oh, where's my daughter? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Can I just have the pen? So then I'm just like I literally guessing this woman's details. Because like I was struggling to get off her, and then she couldn't really give me any identification stuff. Like she gave me one, but it was mad confusing. So I kind of just guessworked it for her. Then she didn't want to give me the pen. I was like, no, woman, I am using the pen. I finished mine, get off the plane. Think the end of my troubles is I've gone through the fire. Little did I know that I was waiting for a blue van, right? That's all the details I had. I was waiting for a blue van. I see no blue vans. Then I finally see one. I've walked all the way around the airport. I get out there. Then they tell me, oh, that's not yours. I'm like, oh, okay. Then they tell me, oh, yours is all the way down there. So I walk about 1 kilometer. I get to mine. Then I go to get in. He's like, oh, you're not this one. You're the next one. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I wait a bit, and then I get in, and then they drop me off, finally, and I get dropped off to literally, as we're pulling up, I'm looking down the corner, right? And I'm seeing crackheads. And I'm not using that term lightly. Crackheads. I'm seeing the first person I see out there is a bald dude in a wife beater, denim shorts, massive pit bull. Like massive pit bull on leash. Now I look down another corner, I'm seeing an alleyway of about 20 tents. I'm going, holy smokes. I'm glad I'm not here. Skirt. Bus comes to a stop. The guy looks at me like he was scared for me too and said, I think this is your stop. The family in there with me, they didn't say a word. I have to awkwardly get out. Then I finally get out. I sprint in there. Because there's more coming up to the steps, you know. Oh my god, I get in there and she wouldn't let me check in for another 4 hours. And then she's like circling off maps of streets to not go down. Which of course I ended up going down. Nah, it was fun, but ads. I've just been seeing a lot, right? And I've been watching a lot of SBS On Demand, right? And the SBS On Demand is great. It's free. You see cool things. I've been really into wrestling. Really going down a wrestling rabbit hole. Like, I like the old school stuff. It's just interesting. I don't actually like the wrestling aspect of it. I just like the storyline stuff. It's interesting, right? I'm watching a show on there about it, and it's free. And you go, and it's 40 minutes, and you go, fantastic. And then you get to ads. And most things, like YouTube and stuff, you see an ad, and you're like, this sucks. But it might be a minute 30 ad, but I can skip it after 5 seconds. Or at worst, you're stuck watching a 15-second ad. The very worst ad you can see is 30 seconds that you can't skip, right? That's on most things. SBS On Demand, I guess they want to be different, they want to be innovative, and that's fantastic. What isn't fantastic is sitting through 3 minutes of ads. That's not exact, that's 180 seconds. 3 minutes, that is not exaggerated. That you can't skip. And it's fantastic. The amount of times I've seen the quit line ads makes me want to smoke. The amount of times I've heard, that guy say, oh, it was especially after I ate dinner, I would always get the urge. And so I spoke to my doctor and we gave some new things to do. So now I just brush my teeth. Yeah, my cravings definitely hit me. I was always after my morning coffee. Oh, I just have it and then I just always feel the need to get it. And there's a montage of people getting coffees and iced coffees. Love it. Fantastic, right? There's some ads on there which I just think are so dumb. And a few episodes I spoke about the fragrance ads. Jesus Christ, I don't think that got enough heat because I thought they were as bad as you could get, right? But then I've seen a few that, for different reasons, compete with them. One of them is a White Claws ad, right? The hard seltzers, the alcohol. Mineral water sucks. You put a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of flavoring, it still sucks. I don't understand the point. Whatever, that's not my gripe, right? My gripe is they have an ad and it's all about, young people living free, do whatever you want, right? And so there's a few people skating and rollerblading. And then in the bottom is small text that says, helmets should be worn. And then you look back at the skaters, and they're not wearing helmets. They got big fros and curly hair. But then the bottom says, helmet should be worn. But then you look at the roller skater, and she's not in a helmet. But then you see at the bottom, it says helmet should be worn. And that just confuses me. If you are concerned about your public image enough to write at the bottom that helmet should be worn, why would you not put their helmets on the people that are doing activities that need helmets? Why would you not do? Is it just me that confuses? If you're concerned about the response, why would you not just do it in the first place? What would wearing helmets take away from your hard seltzer? Seltzer? Well, what would wearing helmets take away from your product? I would have said nothing. But putting down the bottom, acknowledging the helmet should be worn, you're telling me that if I want to paint in the streets, if I want to skate and drink an alcoholic beverage, I need to wear a helmet? I'm sorry, White Claws, you don't tell me what to do. If you're not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. But I'm not going to do it with your product either. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to ride my bike in my high-vis jacket with my helmet, my speed dealer safety goggles on, my gloves that are used for the gardening but also for revving the bicycle, And I'm going to check my lights and my tire pressure, boop, boop, pump them up, get them flashing, and I'm going to go on my way. Why bother acknowledging that you should wear it if you're not going to wear it? I just don't understand that. Another ad on there that challenges for dumbest ad of the year, again, for different reasons, is the Samsung Galaxy ad. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but it's the one where it's for like the Samsung Galaxy S21 or whatever, right? And it starts off with a guy playing pool in a bar, right? Which, I don't know, I would just assume that's a nighttime thing, right? Anyway, he's playing pool, then he gets a message. He looks on it, and it's someone, seemingly the comment, this is the first time they've talked, there's no previous message history you can see at all, right? And it says, get me noodles. No please, no what type of noodles. There's no previous history that, they were talking about noodles. There's no phone call. There's nothing. Just get me noodles, right? Then this guy just leaves. He just walks out mid-shot. His opponent's like, what? He looks shocked, right? He gets outside and it's daylight. That's my first red flag. Who plays pool in a dark bar in day? Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's put my own rules on things. To me, that feels like it's a nighttime thing. If that's red flag number one. Red flag number two is the guy is carrying his phone in a holster. Now, not like a gun holster. He's carrying it like two straps on his thigh on the outside of his jeans, and that's where he slides his phone in. And if we are at the time where it's too much effort to put your phone in your pocket, I think it's not my time. That's for bloody sure. It is not my time. People think bum bags are weird, but if I walked past someone, I could go for a job interview. If the guy is wearing a phone holster on his thigh, I would politely say, I've seen enough. He'd go, but I'm interviewing you. I'd go, no, I've had enough. I've had enough. Thank you. So that's red flag number two. I hate that. What I hate third of all is then, boom, he pulls it out like it's a gun. There's a guy flipping noodles. He takes the shot in, midstream. He takes 5 different shots, right? Gets it, send it to the person. The person says, oh, epic, with a few flames and like the, Android emojis. I'm sure Android's are fine, but the emojis alone kill it for me. They kill it for me, right? Then the guy just walks past. That's the end of that. Get some noodles. Recap. Get some noodles. Okay? That seems weird. Then he stops playing pool. And you go, okay, well, it's night. Who's nighttime noodle markets? I get that vibe. Oh, no, it's broad daylight. Then he takes photo of the noodle guys, sends it to the person. They say epic. Boop. Then he walks away. The ad finishes with him just walking away. He takes the photo, puts it back in his holster, doesn't order, didn't pick up food, just walks away. Samsung, you guys are worth billions of dollars. Why is your marketing so shit? I mean, geez Louise. Dior's bad, but Samsung, White Claws is dumb because they're acknowledging something. Samsung, it just doesn't make sense. How am I going to buy a phone? Basically, all I learned from you is that it doesn't make sense. I'm going to get the phone, yeah? I'm going to go to answer it. Oh, it's not actually a phone. It's a shoe. You know what I mean? That'd be one of the function. One of the function there is shoe. I go, oh, okay, what do I do with that? It goes, put me on foot. I go, okay, put it on my shoe. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably buy that phone. They go, oh, it's one of those flip phones. I go, oh, no worries. It's not a flip phone. It's pull phone. It's like a mower. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make something else off my chest that I just have to get it off of there, right? I was at a party on the weekend. Now, me personally, I am not a party guy. I don't like loud music, lots of people, and not having choice, right? So kind of everything that a party is. You're sort of stuck. right? It's filled with loud music that's usually pretty shit, and it's a lot of people. So I'm not that guy, right? I went to one. It was fine. It was fun. But something that always happens, it's synonymous. It's synonymous with just drinking in general. And that's beer pong. And I just think in the year 2021, like, look, it's almost over. And if winning an award, like the YHS Podcasting Award, has any clout, has any weight, I'm going to use that to just come out and say it. And I hope you all agree. I think it's time that we stop pretending that beer pong is a fun game. It's time. Can we just let it die, please? That game sucks. I don't think it has a single redeeming quality about it. The only way beer pong would be fun is if you set like a 5-minute limit. Like if you just speed run it. That might be fun. To start off with, right? You have your cups. You put them in, and then you're wasting your own drinks. That if the goal is to not drink them, right? And guys always play with the shittest, cheapest alcohol that they're willing to throw away. So you're always stuck drinking. If you lose, you're stuck drinking beer. And another thing, if you're under 40, why are you drinking beer? Can we stop pretending it's good? I've never fallen into that group. Beer is shit. It tastes terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I don't like wine either, but Jesus Christ, beer sucks. If you just stop pretending. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? The only redeeming quality is that it's like $5 a schooner. That's of any beer. That's the only redeeming quality. It's terrible. Why would you drink it? Can we stop pretending about that? But let's get back to beer pong. You fill up your cups, right? So you've already wasted, at minimum, you've wasted a can of your own stuff. I never use more than a can because I'm not feeling it. And then they go, oh, you're cheating. You're only putting a tiny amount in. First off, I don't understand how that's cheating at all. Second off, like I said on the weekend, I'm not wasting more than one can on the shit that hopefully not even going to be drinking, right? Then you start playing, and you always sort of get a few to start with, and you go, that's fun. And then about 5 minutes passes, and then you're stuck with 3 cups either side, and it goes on for ages. It goes on for ages, and it's terrible. It's no fun. It loses all. It's like you might have had a little bit of banter. Start with, you're like, oh yeah, amateur hour, you're missing, and then you go, oh, and you big shot, and you go, yeah, high five, and you go, woo, I'm the man, ha 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 ha. And they'll go, oh, it landed in my cup. Oh, okay, I'll drink it. Oh, you don't want to drink. Oh, Dennis is already smashed. Okay, I'll drink it. Oh, nom nom nom. Oh, chug chug, glug glug glug. And then it just drags on. And you got people standing there watching you. And for them, I don't understand the entertainment value of being a spectator in it. It's not really a spectator sport, is it? Because again, you're along with the ride. First 5 minutes, you go, oh, this is great. I've got next game. And then next game comes next month. That's how long it takes. You get down to 1 cup either side as well. You got to be intense, like the first 3 shots. And then when it takes more than 3, I switch off. I just start pegging it. I'm just going to chuck it. I'm going to chuck it with my eye shut. I'm going to chuck it with my left hand. I'm done. I don't care anymore. It's like you usually play it to start the night, but all it does is start the night on a sour note. I cannot stand. Boy, oh boy, there are so many better games like Scrabble, Connect 4. Don't say the word alligator in a sentence. There's so many better games. Another, maybe it's just because I suck at it. But another drinking sort of tradition have Buffalo. I don't get it. It never works. What's the point of doing it? It's no fun. I just started it. I don't care what hand I drink it with. I'm not finishing it. Maybe I'm just no fun. Maybe I'm just a boring Boris. But I really cannot stand it. I just cannot stand it. But at least you could say you're with friends. And that's sick. That's always fun. What's worse than friends is family, though. And, I mean, my family's fine. But the families that I don't really enjoy seeing would have to be the, what I feed my family of 12 every morning. Those videos. If I wanted to know what it was like to have a family of 12, I would just have a family of 12. Or I would go to, I'd go places. I would go to a daycare center, volunteer, and go, oh, it's 12 kids. Or, go to a school camp. I'd volunteer at a school camp and go, oh, this is what it's like to have 400 kids. I was at a summer camp. I know what it's like to have friggin' 20 kids you're stuck with. It's not fun. They really, really, really bug you. Oh, they bug you. Having to walk even 10 of those kids, even having to walk 5 kids in the biggest mall in America. The biggest mall, it was like the second biggest mall in the whole world. It's not fun. The 19-year-old me was not cut out for it. Right? I mean, I did it. They bloody loved me. Of course they would. Little did they know what future I had in store. I've gone big places. But the family of 12 videos, I'm sure you've seen them. It cannot just be on my Explore page. Unless I've got a weird algorithm. And it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. The worst part, though, is when they do the roll call. I don't care that Dennis is 12 and Samantha's 14 and Darius is 8 and his twin brother Jackson is also 8. I don't have 12 kids and therefore I don't care. And you see like what they eat why that's your life. That is a rough life to commit to. To go, yeah, I'm 35 and I have 12 kids that this is what I do. And I think some of them are adopted and stuff. That's cool. That's obviously fantastic. But why do I want to see what you eat every day? All it is slops. Because you got to go through such bulk stuff. It's just mass-produced slops. Oh, man, what a life, eh? But I'm 22. Why am I seeing... Why would I care, Instagram, what a family of 12 does in a day? Why would I care about their favorite sports? It is obviously interesting that 16-year-old Connor likes football, while 12-year-old Matilda likes soccer. That obviously brings a whole different family dynamic, and it's like, oh, we'll do men like football, and then women like soccer, and then it's like, oh, well, is that just because he's old? Obviously, I might be lying. I have a lot of fun with it, and it still does not compare with a quick update on the very cool guy. Oh, he's been doing some amazing stuff. I saw him paint with blueberries. I saw him cut a Minecraft sword. I saw him sharpen a spatula. So he's changed my opinion. He's definitely changed my opinion. Well, guys, I hate to say, but that concludes another episode of the Finprov podcast. As always, on behalf of myself and the team here at Finprov Productions, I, Finton Moneybag Smith, the proud award winner, would like to acknowledge and thank you for your service, for joining me, inviting me into the family, inviting me into your home, your life, your gym, whatever you do, however you do it, for coming along with the ride, for liking, commenting, subscribing, supporting. I wish you a very, very happy day, afternoon, morning life, because as always, the beautiful thing about podcasts, you can take them wherever you go. You can chuck me in your little fanny pack and take me across the world with you if you want. All right, now, take it easy. Goodbye.